All right, so I want to show you guys how to use the Copy Coach. So if you haven't figured it out, you just click on one of the things here on the sidebar and that'll bring it up. So I'm just going to click on the Copy Coach, and then I'm going to copy and paste an email I wrote a little while ago it was actually one about AI selling the 90 Days to Freedom program. And so just so you guys know, I have not yet gotten an A on my own emails. We're going to continue to change this and improve it and stuff. But if you are a copywriter who just wants to get better, I would recommend using this and looking at the feedback and noticing the patterns of what you see in order to, I'm just going to hit get feedback while we wait, but use that feedback to see what sort of common mistakes you seem to be making. And then when it comes to how I'm personally using this right now is because I've noticed since we built this tool that there are days where I just write what I would call B or B plus copy, where it's a good solid email, but I'm missing a personality element, which is unique to my style that everybody honestly should implement, which is just adding a level of one joke. So that's really kind of my goal, is one, not joke necessarily, but one metaphor, analogy, one sort of sentence that maybe gives somebody that nose breath laugh. Something that makes it a little more interesting. So as an example this week, I wrote an email and I just felt like it's good, but it doesn't have any of that, oh, that's funny, or that's just a thing that's, interesting to read. So what I did is I put the email into the Copy Coach, and my goal isn't necessarily to use the rewritten email in this case. It's to find a line or two, or to find an inspiration to make it better. So my goal is to use the Copy Coach to take an email from 80 or 90% to closer to that 100%. This one got a B+. But so as an example, the one I did before was I just had this email and it was just about welcome sequences, and there was just no real element of intrigue in it, or not even intrigue, no element of humor or personality. So all I did was go back and add in a line that said, for most people, writing a welcome sequence is more intimidating than fighting Mike Tyson in his prime. In parentheses, okay, maybe not that intimidating, but you get the point. Right, so just adding that one singular line is something I would challenge all of you to do, is to find something that will make somebody want to come back. You got to realize 90 to 99% of emails are boring and very methodical, and they have a purpose, and they don't have anything that's going to make you come back for a little laugh or a little dose of personality. So just by adding one line, you can change the quality of what you're creating. So let's read this. So overall thoughts and grade, B+. That's the highest I've gotten so far. Apparently AI me is not very generous with giving A's, even to real me. This email builds intrigue and teases the topic. So, and I'll show you guys the original here. I don't believe AI is replacing humans and stealing their jobs, at least not in the email copywriting world. I do believe it's an amplifier to make your life way easier to make money as an email copywriter if you use it correctly. It won't make it so you can do zero work and make money while you watch Netflix all day. However, you can use it to do about 80% of the work you'd have to do without it. I want to show you how to do that, how to land email copywriting clients that'll pay you anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month to write a couple emails a week for them. I've helped hundreds of people go from 0 to 6 figures a year in my 90 Days to Freedom program, all without any AI or automation. That's why I'm so excited about the training I'm doing Wednesday. I'm going to show you how to do what they've done, but you only have to do about 20% of the work they had to do. If you're interested in learning how to use AI to land email copy clients, show up for the free training I'm doing on Wednesday. Yes, I'll be selling something on the call, but 90% content, 10% pitching. If you're interested, register below. The call's Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then this part. So just wanted to give you a glimpse into the original. It builds intrigue and teasing the topic of AI and its potential to amplify the abilities of email copywriters, which is likely to be of interest to your audience. It effectively creates anticipation for the upcoming training by highlighting the benefits. The well done is useful, but honestly, the big thing to look at for most people is going to be this key areas for improvement. This email could benefit from employing more storytelling to engage the reader emotionally and draw them in further into the narrative. While the email mentions AI's benefits and addresses skepticism, it could provide a brief example or teaser that showcases a real-world application or result. A touch more personal connection in the beginning could help strengthen the relationship with the reader before jumping into the value proposition. The urgency and scarcity could be heightened to encourage immediate action. Honestly, this is all very good advice, and it's kind of funny because this is what I would say too. So, let's see what it rewrote. How AI became my secret weapon. I used to scoff at the idea that robots might replace us, but here I am about to show you how they've turned me into a superstar email copywriter. Now, again, some of these phrases and stuff I don't like, and I'm not sitting here just to give you my perspective. I'm not hoping that AI writes an email that I can send as is. Now, I think for a lot of people, it actually can, because it will be better than most people. I've been doing this for 14 years. That's half of my life, essentially. So I have a specific style, I have a specific word choices that I use, so I'm not going to say superstar, but that have improved my email marketing, and really that's not what this is about. It's not my own, it's about for other people, but still, I used to scoff at the idea. You can see that there's a level of even just better writing there than, I used to hate AI. I used to scoff at the idea. It's good English. You know that feeling when you discover a cheat code in a game? That's what AI has become for email for copywriters who know how to wield it. It's not some job-stealing monster hiding under your desk. It's a sidekick waiting for your command. Imagine if every tedious part of writing emails just disappeared. Poof, leaving you to flex your creative muscles on the fun stuff. Well, grab your capes, because that's exactly what I'm going to reveal this Wednesday. This line I like, right? I don't like the poof, the creative muscles, but this is a line. So what I'll do is I'll go and I'll just copy that line, and then I will paste it into this folder. Now we have an email database section you can use, but just for the sake of this, I'm just going to use the text file. I've been teaching folks my 90 Days of Freedom program how to ramp up to 6 figures, but with nothing but raw human effort, and they've crushed it without any AI assistance. What if I told you there was an even faster route, an Autobahn to success where AI handles the heavy lifting, leaving you cruising the fast lane, windows down, hair blowing in the wind? Here's a VIP pass to the future, free training where you learn how to bag these. This is fresh from the oven, hot new content, ready to serve. Join live for a chance to throw your questions into the mix. Can't make it, no worries. A piping hot recording will land in your inbox. I'm thrilled to unlock these secrets for you. This isn't just another tool, it's a game changer. And I'm betting my bottom dollar you'll agree once you see it in action. This is a good line. I went from AI skeptic to AI evangelist. I've made a 180 for good reason. Watch the video above to see why, is what I would say. I also like just sort of the Autobahn reference in this line. Because it's why it's called email game changers. It's not just a tool, it's a game changer. And then I would even put here, and I don't say that lightly. So that's the idea, is just to come in here, find out, and this is where if you want to just really improve your own writing skills as well, is looking for the common themes. So if I were to copy another email in and see that I'm getting, it's often telling me I'm not storytelling much, or I'm not adding in much personal or personality, then I know that that's something to work on. If you want to become a better copywriter, my recommendation, this is how I went from C or B level to A-list copywriter, was I focused on one skill at a time. So I remember when I was working at Crisis Education, when I was like 25, I wanted to be the best in the world. I wanted to be one of the top 10 copywriters ever, and I believe that I did do that at a point in my life. And I did it by picking one thing, getting really good at that one thing, then moving on to another thing. So back when I was at Crisis, it was transitions. I could write really good pieces of VSLs, so video sales letters. Now, email is way easier to write, so it's not the same as writing long-form sales letters. But I was really good at writing individual sections, but my transitions were kind of clunky, so I worked specifically on just transitions. After I finished with transitions and I got really good at those, I worked on adding in more interesting words, so making more unique word choices. So, if you want to use this tool to improve your natural writing ability, not just using the tool itself, pick one thing at a time. And with email, because it's a lot easier than VSLs and sales letters, just pick okay, I'm really good at writing a story, but I'm not good at relating my story to my call to action. I'm just going to work on that. For the next 2 weeks, all I'm doing is working on transitioning from stories to calls to action. So pick one thing at a time, get really good at that, then move on to another thing and continue to improve your skills. You might say, my opening sentences just aren't that good. So for 2 weeks, you just work on writing really good opening sentences. So find whatever the key areas for improvement are, and then pick one thing, really focus on it, continue to put it back into the AI, and see what it comes up with. And then what you can do here too is maybe my subject line wasn't that good. And so I would come in here and just copy and paste this email again and see what it comes up with. And again, the idea here isn't for it to generate 20 usable subject lines. The idea is, what if it just gives you one? What if it gives you the basis or the 80% of a really good subject line? That's what I'm looking for here. Is if you're not that good, you're not looking for percentage points, you're looking for fucking full-on wins. If you're in my situation where you're already real good at this, I'm looking for percentage increases. I'm looking for making my emails better. So, AI, your email writing partner, AI applying copywriters, how. I don't like exclamation points, so this is something we may change in here. This would be a good subject line, email copywriting in the AI era, because there's so many people who have this fear that I like the idea of the AI era. And even just, does AI have a place in copywriting? Netflix and Earn, that's an interesting little concept. Yeah, so again, there's two ideas in here that can become also their own emails. This is like, okay, we're in the AI era. Now, what would I want to say about that? Now I've got a whole another subject line or email idea that I've gotten from this. So there's the copy coach. Use it. What you can even do, what I've done is you go into the broadcast builder or story selling, write an email, then put it into the copy coach, and then put those two together and you'll have something really awesome. So if you're watching this and you don't have the tool yet, go to the description or go to emailgamechangers.com and test it out. You can get a trial for the tool, and I think you're going to flip and love it. So do that.